What's going on, guys?
Hey, Jaylen. It's been a pretty eventful offseason. Back here to your right. Pretty eventful offseason for you. Lots of videos you and Pierce and Garnett and all of that. But especially the workouts with Jason. Can you kind of walk us through this summer? What was different for you this summer? How did those workouts go?
I think they went great. No different than any other workouts. I think we've worked out in the summer before, but nobody was paying attention to it then. But I guess everybody's paying attention to it now. But they were fine. Got in with Jrue and JT, and just started building, just trying to get better, trying to improve together. Trying to work on our chemistry and be better for you guys.
So how many times have you and Jason worked out before? How many times have you and Jason worked out before when you say people weren't paying attention? I mean, people are thinking like this is the first time, but it wasn't.
I don't think it was. No, it definitely wasn't. We've been playing together for a long time, so we worked out in the summertime, summer workouts, especially at younger points in our career. A lot of things were like different kind of in the last years. It was COVID. It was weird kind of off seasons, maybe not as much, but, we've definitely been in the gym before. But, it's always good to show it, because if you don't post it, it didn't happen,
Jaylen middle, 3 rows back. Obviously, you've matched up with Jrue before in the past, in the playoffs, in the regular season. First, what was your reaction to the news of you guys adding Jrue to this team? What did it tell you about ownership, about you and Jason? And also, we look at his resume, 5-time All-NBA defense. We know he's a stud. But from someone that's played against and matched up with him, what is Jrue Holiday like as a defender?
Jrue is fantastic. I know a tremendous amount of respect from Jrue, from somebody who he's guarded and I've had to guard. It's just he plays with a certain force that you could just feel. He's just super solid, man, and just as a competitor, he's an assassin. So to be playing alongside, I think it would be a tremendous honor.
Jaylen, hey, what's up? Right in the middle. Just the your reaction to when you found out about the trade, but Kristaps Porzingis coming to Boston. What does that do for you guys? What does he bring to the table? And of course, the downside of that is seeing someone like Marcus head over to Memphis. Just what was that like going through that? And now that you're a couple of months removed from that.
When it happened, my reaction, I didn't really have anything kind of to say. It was kind of like we was in limbo for a couple of days. I played with Smart for majority of my career. Smart is, regardless of what jersey he has on, that's still, my brother, and I feel the same way about Rob. So, to spend so much time, with guys, for people who don't kind of know and kind of can put it in perspective, it's like, going through high school and middle school with somebody, I played together with Smart for 7+ years, with Rob for, 6+. So it's like you kind of grew up with these guys. So for them not to be around is a little bit, weird, but everybody has a journey, and I wish those guys, I know those guys are going to do great in those places that they're at. But my reaction, your reaction is like kind of not in belief at first, and then reality kind of settles in, and you move forward.
Jaylen, what kind of things did you work on this summer, and what was it like after signing the contract? Did people react to you differently when people asked them to borrow money? What was the summer like as the highest paid player in the league, and what kind of things on the floor did you work on?
I thought it was a great summer. Obviously I launched some initiatives that I want to, talk more about at different points, but even with, the Black Wall Street and things like that, I've been a lot of positive feedback, a lot of people who want to get involved and help the community. The income disparity is something that, is important to a lot of people. Some are in this room that they know about it, want to improve it, want ways to learn and get involved. And I think I got a pretty good, idea and strategy how to bring that about. So this summer was filled with a lot of that. It was also filled with, some amazing accomplishments, being able to go playing the big three, things like that. There's been a lot of stuff going on, so I've been grateful for the most part, and I'm excited for the new season.
My first question is, what do you think of Boulder? It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, who would have thought?
Buff them up, Gary.
Who would have thought? Boulder, Colorado. Went to the game. It was a 10 a.m. game. I'm with D. White. I meet up until D. White invites me out, so I come with him. I meet up on campus. D. White's, he's drunk 10 a.m. in the morning.
There's altitude.
This is part of it's tailgating, it's college, so I'm with D. White, so I'm like, do as the Romans do, right? So, me and D. White had a great time, in Boulder. Dion, what he's doing down there is fantastic. I invited him to a Celtics game, so maybe when their season is over, maybe he'll come up or come to a game or something like that. But what he's done with that program is amazing, because, I've been to Boulder before that, and it didn't look like how it looked when I was there a couple of days ago, so we'll just say that.
Well, speaking of a cultural shift, though, this locker room has gone through a lot of change. How does your role change in that leadership void, and what mentality are you taking into this season?
Just stepping into it. I think, definitely. We got a lot of voices that are no longer with us. Blake, Grant, Smart, all very vocal guys. So I think definitely hearing my voice a little bit more this season, JT's voice a little bit more this season. Also making sure, we all are on the same page. We all are focused on the main objectives, et cetera. And sometimes it could be, external pressure, through expectations, through playing in Boston and media. So helping some of the newer guys and younger guys kind of navigate that. And we just focus on the work. We just focus on the day-to-day process. Focus on, trying to put our best foot forward and trying to be the best team that we could possibly be. And chemistry building is going to be important. You can't just throw some guys out there and expect everything to work. So our habits are going to create our future and our success. We got to build some great habits during training camp. I'm excited about that, and I'm excited about the journey. Say that again. I did not.
Three final questions, Taylor, Bobby, and then Kyle.
Kind of along those lines, you've expressed a desire to step it up defensively this season. Just in what ways do you want to try to set the tone in camp to help shift this team's defensive identity?
We've always had pretty good or great defensive teams since I've been here, and I think that we want to keep that and maintain it. I think that's the emphasis, and obviously with some of the additions that we got, I think that we'll continue to excel forward, but make sure that energy is being maintained. Personally, for me, I think that at different points in my career, I've been able to display my defensive ability, but not enough. I think that when I'm dialed in and I made sure that I'm challenging myself, I think I could be one of the better defenders in the world, and that's something I'm challenging myself with. Meet more guys at the rim, make more plays, have more of a presence defensively. It's something that I'm looking to do. So I'm excited about the year in general, and I'm excited about our guys. I think we got an excellent group of guys. So let's do it.
Bobby, then Kyle.
Hey, Jaylen, how you doing, man? It's an old question, but let me ask it again, if I may. How was you and Jason complement each other even better to get to the next level to reach the championship plateau? And also, how would Jrue fit into that equation?
I think me and Jay, complement each other well. But I think we're more so focused on, what's in front of us. Obviously, everybody knows what our goal is, and everybody knows what the goal is. So we just need to make sure we don't skip any steps. We need to make sure that, we bring others along. We need to make sure that we hold each other accountable. We need to focus on the process more than the end result. And I think that's our strategy. I think that's what we're kind of focused on and looking forward to the most.
Jaylen, the league kind of changes the policies and approach to how they want the top 50 players to appear in games this season. Obviously, you're in that top 50 tier. Do you feel an obligation to be on the court for every game this season? And also, secondly, Paris is roughly a year away now. Top 50 players. If USA Basketball calls and asks you to play, will you make that commitment to play for USA Basketball next summer?
I think that the league's approaching, trying to get players to play more. I think that's great. I think I try to play as many games as I possibly can. It don't always be the players. I'll say that. A lot of the time that's the narrative, is that it's the players that decide not to play. I won't go into it in detail, but that's not always the case. But I think trying to be out there and competitive and compete is better for an overall product. But it's better for our game and a fan experience as well. So I think that's a great thing. Playing in USA Basketball, I think, is no greater honor. I think playing for your country, there's definitely, coming from my community, coming from where I come from, coming from where majority of our demographic come from, having the opportunity to represent that, your community, your outer community, and the people that support you. I think that is a part of it as well. So being able to participate would be great.
Thank you, Jaylen.
Thank you.